Hey guys, it's another dull, dreary, kind of rainy day here. Feels like every time I talk to you it's rain, but kind of has the last 3 weeks. We're going to get our corn planter out today. We got to play machinery shuffle. We got to move a bunch of seed, move a bunch of equipment around, get tractors hooked up. We're hoping today's Tuesday, hoping maybe Thursday or Friday we can maybe put something in the ground. So we got to go ahead. We got to dig our corn planter out. We got to move tractors, skid steer, backhoe, sprayer, other stuff that's accumulated back here, and pull this corn planter out. So we'll go ahead and get started on that and stick around. So you can see it's getting grayer out. It's kind of misting. Everything's soaking wet that got put outside. We've got our corn planter ready to come out. We've got our 930 moved out of the way. We've got our corn planter ready to come out. We got to come in on an angle and pull that out of here and pack some stuff around and behind it. It is a 7200 model, a John Deere 7200 flex fold. It was an 8-row wide, so it was 36-inch rows, 8 of them. We narrowed it up to call it an 830, so you can see from our transmission to our wheel, there's a big gap in there. We should have had another unit. The way this was, that tire had moved over to the transmission, and another row hung right on the outside. So we've got a couple front end weights hanging on there. We're looking at building a bracket in the near future out here to hang those weights out of the way, get a little bit more leverage on them. So it is, like, we've got lots of room. So it's a little bit wider. Planting fence row is a little bit difficult with it, but it just leaves us a good space for our corn snout. We don't get into anything with that tire out there. So we'll go ahead and get the 74 backed in here out of the weather and get hooked on and pull it out and repack stuff on this beautiful rainy, misty day. So we're all hooked up. We don't use a 3-point hitch or a quick hitch. I don't like them, and believe it or not, on this planter, it outweighs the tractor just a little bit, being a flex fold, so it's longer. This tractor doesn't have the front end weight to carry it, and those quick attach put you out another 3 inches, 4 inches farther, and it just makes this planter really awkward to handle. So we still hook it up the old way. Both of our links extend out and adjust so we can hook up easy. So we'll go ahead and get this wiggled out of here and keep putting stuff back in now. For anybody that's curious, I might have too much stuff. I gotta go move 2 tractors now and put them in the barn that won't be used this spring. So that had to come out, put 2 tractors in, put the backhoe in, put that back in, and then unhook that tractor and go put it on a different planter. So always the machinery shuffle. I figured this might be a good time to show you guys our little sprayer too that we mostly do burn down with. It did do 28% this year, but that was kind of a special circumstance. We weren't really planning on using it for 28. They're 220 gallon tanks. The reason we did that, they were old saddle tanks when we built this. This was first built when Roundup became popular in 1999, 2000 up here. And we didn't need saddle tanks on the tractor, so they went on to the sprayer. The nice part about it, we can load chemical in one tank and fresh water in the other one. If you don't know how many acres you've got left to spray or you're not sure you're going to need it all, carry some chemical with you, and if you need that back tank, you can dump your chemical in. Otherwise, it's just clean water and you didn't waste your chemical. It's a 40-foot boom, folds up and over itself, 20-inch spacing on it. It's got 4 ATV tires, so this carries just about a ton when we're done of water. Gator HXP 4-wheel drive. That's what we tow it with. We've got a tow bar on it. We've got a 250 GPS in it, Trimble, and that's what we do our burn down with. And the nice thing about it, I can go over ground that's almost standing water. Actually, I've been through standing water with this and not gotten stuck. The nice thing about it too is it's only burn down in this. We never do in crop with it, other than our 28 this year. And that also leaves our big Rogator for fungicide this time of year in winter wheat and canola. We don't have to worry about cleaning it out as perfectly without damaging our crop because it's not doing burn down. So we got to go ahead and get our backhoe put back in. We've got the corn planter in. The 74 is unhooked. We're going to put it on the bean planter first and plant some beans. We've got some custom ground that's a little bit lighter. So we've got our corn planter backed in here. We've got our 4430 and our other tractor backed in here that we're not going to be using this spring for a couple reasons. So we'll get this corn planter out and we'll show you that when we get it all unfolded. I've got to get all the antifreeze out of it still. So that might be Thursday. We've only got 10 acres of corn to plant for it. So it's kind of a quick job. And what we use, normally we put in furrow, alpine, and 2x2 banding. This year for 10 acres we haven't bothered with the in furrow. So what we're using is a CanGrow product, and what it is, it's an 18130 2S. So we'll use that at about 15 gallons. That'll be our 2x2 banding, and then we'll come back in with 28% and knife it in. So we got to put that on, get our skid steer put away, and it's still kind of a dull, gloomy day here. If anybody wants a wood chipper, that's for sale. So we'll get the backhoe put back in, and then we got to get the bean planter out and our seed tote. Hey guys, we're back. We're gonna go spraying in our wheat. We're gonna do flag leaf fungicide today. So we're gonna get our Rogator out, and we've got to put all the tips on. We took all the 28% bars off, so I don't have any tips on right now. I'll put those on when we get to the field, and it'll give our water tank a chance to refill. So we got to go ahead and get this out. We also tissue sampled our wheat last week on Friday. Today's Wednesday. Tissue sampled it, and it's coming back that we've got a slight imbalance in nutrients, so it's not utilizing nutrients the right way. So we're going to add some fulvic acid into the blend as well when we do our fungicide, so that we can try and improve that cycling, see if we can happy that plant up a little bit. So we're out spraying morning. We're on our second tank load. We've got the 750 running. Got 290 gallons left on. We've got a mix of Valtima for flagleaf fungicide and Bioline Gold fulvic acid. We're trying to correct a small problem in our plants that we've got a nutrient imbalance, that the plants aren't using the nutrients as fast or as useful as they should. And we do have some weather coming across the lake, so we are a little bit on a crunch timeline, see if we can get this done before it rains here in the next couple hours. Hey guys, we're back. It's probably 2 days later since I last seen you. We're still moving stuff around. We're going to try and plant some soybeans today to gear stuff up. I just want to show you quick. We finished loading out our last of our soybeans today. So we've got our 135 set up on the auger again. I didn't show you anything of loading this out. We were getting down, sweeping it out, and it's just awfully tough for one guy to film and do all the work. But what we were doing, we had a truck backed in. We had 2 trucks today. We've got our bin cleaned out, so we've got a sweep auger in here, and it goes around. It's got a safety stop right here, so it can't keep going. And we've got sumps in the floor. We've got 3 of them, our main sump, and then 2 side sumps. What we do is we pull this main sump down, it empties the entire bin until it quits running. We open these side sumps, and our sweep auger normally sits here on that side of the stop. That drains the beans off it, and then we kick it in and it runs around and pushes all the beans to the middle into the big sump, and out they come. So we've got that all swept out. This is the 2024 crop that was in here. We've stored it till now and played the markets. So we just got rid of that and shipped that out. So we gotta finish cleaning that up. There's a few beans left in it, but we're putting beans back in this fall, so it'll be fine. I just thought I'd show you the inside of the bin while it's empty. It's only empty for about 3 months out of the year. Otherwise it sits loaded. And we got to finish cleaning up our hopper chute here. Spilled a few beans, but we're going to continue moving stuff around. I just thought I'd show you that. That's what we spent the morning doing. 2 trucks out today and everything. So we got to get our seed out. We got to get our bean planter out. And we're going to try and put some seed in the ground. We've got a little bit of custom work to do with it, so we're going to try and plant a little bit of no-till today to make sure everything's working right, and then we'll go do our custom work with it. So we're just putting our first pass in. We're not going to continue on with this tonight. It's literally just making sure the planter's working. We've got to grease it tomorrow. We're just running out some of last year's seed, but we are getting the 2025 crop started in. They're calling for rain tonight, so we want to see what that does before we put much more in the ground, but we're doing it. We're trying to farm. We'll get our GPS on our next 2 rounds. We'll put 2 in here that are based off our marker out that side, and then we'll switch over to the GPS. This field's got a grower on this side, so we'll switch to that in a minute.